Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Hey, real briefly, make sure that you're subscribed and the notification bell is checked. Every time there's an upgrade with these iPhones and whatever, your notifications get unchecked. So go ahead and check it. And if you don't know how to do that, look at a quick video. All right. Hey, markets are selling off. They have cooled off, but markets are selling off. There's a lot of news to get into today. Let's just get right into it. Okay. So there's two major things that's happening. Let me say this right at the beginning. For those of you that just look at charts, and for those of you that just look at fundamentals, the stock market is being run today by news. News will whipsaw the stock market. It did today and it will continue. I want you guys to be careful. I told people in the Discord this morning, be careful on your call options. Have patience on those. Look for an opportunity to buy some long positions, but don't spend all of your money because things could ratchet up worse. All right. So we have a situation in the Middle East with Iran and Israel that is getting worse. An attack and now Israel is gearing up to attack back. Okay, let's just say it that way. I'm just trying to not to be political, good people. This is just the news. It's what's happening. We're going to look at it as it pertains to our money, right? And so we have that, and then we have the port strike, just crippling imports and exports, right? And so those are the two things that are ruling the market today, right? Before I play that, let's look at this, good people. At the time of filming this, you could see the VIX spiked up. Okay. Now, I believe it was a little higher and it looked like it's trying to come back. We'll come back to the VIX. But let's just look at the major indices. Now, I'm filming this an hour before closing market. So this could whipsaw before the market close. As you could see, what is this? This is the VIX. Look at the VIX, right? So this purple is the VIX. And you could see what the VIX did. Ramped up, cooled off, ramped back up again, came back down. So the VIX is extremely volatile. And we know that that means that we're in troubled water right now. All right. So as we can see, the S&P is down 35, Dow negative 34. The NASDAQ is negative 213. And even the Russell small caps is down 26 points. And so to some, it was a buying day. I bought some VTI and VOO, not a lot, just a little, letting this play out. Right. There's some more buying that I did. I'll cover that a little later. But I just wanted to look at what was going on and for you guys to see how the VIX was reacting to this market. OK, let's just look at the VIX alone. We could see that spiked up. All right. 10.5%. In a day, right? And so that's a warning. Shots. Those are warning shots to me if you really want to look at it, all right? So let's look at our babies here. Let's look at Tesla, Nvidia, and Apple, some of the big movers as we could see. Nvidia's down 3% and Apple's down 3%. Of course, Apple has a lot to do with their phone sales. There's, I don't expect much from the Apple phone sales this cycle. I expect it next cycle. I believe this was a hardware upgrade and the true software upgrade would be next September. That's just me. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. But I do think it'll be a season to buy. I think that October will present some more buying opportunities for Apple. I didn't buy any today. Let me know if you did. Okay. So here we go. U.S. stock slid on Tuesday today after Iran fired over 100 ballistic missiles at Israel, pushing oil price for Far West Texas. You can see that, and Brent to their biggest increase in nearly a year. So oil is spiking because of the Iran fired ballistic missiles. Okay. That's what's happening to your stock, right? I'm just reporting the news. Get political if you want to. I'm just reporting the news, right? So look at else what's happening. Port workers on strike on East, right? Dock workers may have the negotiating advantage in their strike against the U.S. I agree with this because they have us crippled, and we have to get that port open, or else it's just going to wreck us. Here's initially what happened. This happened last night. East and Gulf Coast port strikes with ILA Longhorn, walking off the job. You can see this, New England, Texas, standing billions in trade. So there's numbers going all over the place. It could cost us billions per day. Some say billions per weeks. And some, the numbers are all over the place. One thing that we do know is that it's going to cost us money. We're talking about imports and exports, the things that we consume, couches, refrigerators, cars, you name it. It has to come through the port, right? And so if that port is blocked, that's a lot. Then it's going to stifle. You think about the boxes and the retailers that have to stock their shelves, and they can't get imports in. You can't buy, and just think about the workers, and it's a rolling effect, negative. And then there was some more data that came out this morning. Listen to this.
Sosnick, this is a difficult one for equity markets to try to figure out.
Always, Kelly. These geopolitical events are not actually in the equity markets wheelhouse. I look to bonds, I look to oil, I look to other commodities if it's a place where there it matters, because that's what bond traders or commodity traders do, is they're laser focused on this stuff. Equity traders focus on revenues, earnings, cash flows of companies, and this is very hard to draw clues from.
Absolutely. I think the tone today, though, has rapidly shifted. It's not just the missile attack. We've also had disappointing ISM numbers this morning. The Atlanta Fed's GDP number was revised lower. People suddenly, just yesterday, the equity index was in the extreme greed territory. You wake up today, and it feels as though it's a reset.
Somewhat, yes, although advanced decline is actually not overwhelmingly so. When I looked at New York advanced decline just a few minutes ago, it's like 15 to 23 plus or something like that. So it's not an overwhelming sell-off. This is part of still the rotation going on, although we're seeing it, which is why you're seeing the underperformance of the big cap tech. But this is definitely the kind of environment now where you do have to be more concerned with fear. I think we were finishing out the quarter with a lot of greed, and for good reason. It was a great quarter to be greedy. Now we have to think about whether to reset a little bit there.
Stephen Stanley, are you looking at any pressure points from this conflict vis-a-vis oil onto the U.S. economy? Or again, I didn't even mention the port strike that happened that began at midnight.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're talking about the Middle East, the first thing that markets are going to consider is the price of oil. And as you say, we've seen it go up a little bit, although before today, oil was about as low as it's been. The price of oil is about as low as it's been in a few years. So it doesn't feel like this is going to be a huge stress point on the economy, but it depends on how far this goes.
So we had weakening ISM numbers, we have the port strike, and now we have the geopolitical situation in the Middle East, right? All of those are weighing negative. Some of the old heads used to say, when you want oil prices to rise, start a war. All right. I'm not trying to be conspiracy man. Before I get into some of the plays that I got into and purchased today, hey guys, make sure you check out Stock Up U. We're adding some of Trading with Ashley's class to it. All right. And we also, of course, have crypto in here. And I'm going to cover a little crypto towards the tail end. And don't forget this outstanding event that we're going to literally pour into you guys for 3 hours. Just come. I made the tickets really cheap for $100. 4 of you can come for $100. I made it that way because I want you to bring your family. Let's listen for 30 seconds.
You remember when stocks and crypto went crazy in 2021? Well, it's going to happen again, but this time you will be ready. Come and learn from Stock Up with Larry Jones, Stocks with Josh, and Chris Sane. Learn now so you can earn later. Tickets on sale now. That's Saturday, October 12th, Maryville, Indiana, 9000 Taft Street. Tickets available on Eventbrite Money and Music 2024. Purchase your tickets today.
So, listen, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing in this time period. These are some of the buys that I'm doing today. Of course, we got Starbucks. I've been buying a little bit every day. You could see what they're down for the day. I got Tesla. Bought a little Tesla today. Bought a little NVIDIA. Bought a little IWM, which is, the iShares, small caps. But as you could see, Palantir, this is a call option that I re-entered into on Palantir. Now I moved it over so you don't see the size amount. If it goes down more, I'm just going to share with you guys, win or lose, how this came to be. All right. So I'm buying a little bit. The Palantir ones, I'm only going to add to my positions. So as you can see, I had the date far past. Actually, the date is after the election. So on this new Palantir play, I'm going to continue to add as it comes down. Right. So listen, let's talk about crypto for a second, and then we are outie. All right. Look at this, good people. Bitcoin is down to 61 now. Look at that. Getting a hit. Now we're down 3% for the week, right? And some of this news, of course, broke it down a little bit. But you can see Ethereum is down 5. Ethereum has underperformed. It has not performed well, but Solana has outperformed Bitcoin. I'm going to make another video on how I trade crypto and why. All right. XRP is actually holding strong, right? But look at this. Let's go to the memes. You guys know I have to go to the memes because you guys are holding memes. This is what I want to show you, right? Doge is flat. I bought a little more Doge, believe it or not, Legacy, because remember, these memes are only 20% of my portfolio. Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, that type of deal. But let's go back. I have to say that every time so you don't load up. I believe there's still time, right? So Doge, I believe, has a lot of up room to run. So that's why I bought a little more Doge. Look at Shiba Inu on a day like today, right? Still up 10% for the week. But here's what's interesting. Look at what's up still 28% for the week of the last 7 days. Of course, this could change by the time you see it, but Dog with Hat was way more popular than Bunk. Is still good, right? Pepe still good, but these you're going to see they're going to interchange from day to day. So that's why I keep saying Brett is actually flat for the week, and you got the newbie on the block. But you're going to see that these are going to switch hands from day to day, from week to week, from period to period, right? And so what I do is I buy more of what has more headroom because I have a ton of Bunk that I bought earlier, right, in price. So in closing, guys, just remember, music and money. Listen, get 4 tickets. The VIPs are almost sold out, but there's plenty of room. The stage is set, the auditorium set. Plenty of room. And then for those of you that don't have it and you saw my video from yesterday, Trading with Ashley will be added to stock up you. Again, a big bang for your value. Remember, invest, learn, test, earn. Invest in yourself, learn the material, test it, and then earn. All right. Love you guys. Even on this allergy day, got to keep it coming. So I just think that now, today, and probably let's keep an eye on tomorrow. No one knows, when is Israel going to attack or when the port strike will be over. This market will be news driven. I say until the end of the week, right? Maybe until Monday, right? So let's see what happens. Let's not be gullible and just start investing crazy sizes, especially for those of you that are doing options. But for those of you that are looking for long positions, like on the NVIDIAs and Teslas and such, and even Palantir, just buying the stock, small caps, not just Palantir, I just believe do a little dip buying if you can. Then, this is what Larry is doing. I'm not suggesting that you do it. This is what Larry is doing. All right. I want to leave it right there, good people. Make sure to check out the links below, and we will see you tomorrow.